I think the journey has been very interesting. Just starting off with our name, Sauti Kuu, powerful voices. I mean, we still have a little bit of a Victorian edge to our culture where we say children are to be seen and not to be heard. And at Sauti Kuu, you have to be heard. So we even have chants and ways of communicating with the children that force them actually to use their voices. So that already, by doing that, we challenge the culture. But we challenge it in a positive way because what we teach the children, parallel to using their voices and parallel to actually looking people in the eye and not being afraid to communicate with adults, is we teach them to do it with respect, because it has to make sense. And in order for it to make sense, it means that they too have to take responsibility for their lives and for their actions. So once they start thinking about taking responsibility for their actions, they have a different way to communicate with adults and with their peers. And in order to make it possible for them to have that space to use their voice and to be able to look you in the eye and talk to you about issues and be part of the decision-making process, we include the parents and the community. So Sauti Kuu works with children and youth, but what we do then is we draw the parents in with different projects where they too also are part of the activities and they too benefit. So they really see the link between what the children are doing and what they are doing in their lives, and how the two put together improves the lives of their children, but not just their children, but also of themselves. So we challenge the culture by showing an alternative way of being, an alternative way of communicating with your children, and an alternative way of deciding what determines what is possible within that culture. So it's been interesting, a very challenging, interesting experience, but I think we're getting there, because if you come to Sauti Kuu and see how the parents interact with their children, I mean, we have workshops where the children and the parents do the workshops together, and some of the sessions are held by the children, some of the sessions are held by the adults, by the parents, and the children ask questions, and no child is afraid to talk to an adult on that level because they're all learning together. And then they also then do the activities together, whether it's composting and making manure. So it's a really interactive process, and it's really a process where, although there's that respect for the adults, there's also that knowledge that children can also teach us something. So our adult participants, the parents, the grandparents, the guardians often tell us, I never knew that my child or my grandchild or the person I'm taking care of could ever teach me anything, but they are teaching me things. And they have this sense of wow, but at the same time a sense of relief, because they know that this generation are not going to be hanging around waiting to be fed. They're going to help towards making sure that they get food on the table.